What's up guys, it's Logan here from the Motorcycle Forge, and today I'm going to show you how to fix a motorcycle clutch. The two most common problems you're going to run into with a motorcycle clutch is a slipping clutch and a dragging clutch. Now the first problem I'm going to show you is a slipping clutch, and when you've got a slipping clutch it means when your motor's spinning your clutch pack is not transferring the power to the gearbox, and that is a big problem. It creates a lot of heat and it will burn up your clutch pack really quickly. Now, this is one of the most common causes for your clutch slipping. There is no free play in your clutch cable, so it's adjusted incorrectly. So you want a couple mil free play, just like this, and then that means that when you let go of your clutch lever, that your cable is not holding your clutch slightly disengaged, causing your clutch to slip. Now, the other reason that your clutch would start slipping is you've upgraded your engine, now you've got a ton more power, and your clutch just can't handle the jandle. So you're going to need some beefier clutch springs that'll put more pressure in your clutch pack and it will handle the extra power. Right, so now I'm going to demonstrate a dragging clutch. So just imagine this, you're at the lights, you pull in your clutch lever, and instead of your clutch doing what it should like this, there's a bit of drag and it's trying to power the transmission when you don't want it to. Now this is caused by too much play in the clutch cable, so it means your clutch lever, you're having to pull it in quite a fair way before it actually starts to move, and it's not disengaging the clutch correctly. It also will make it very hard to select neutral, is the main symptom of a dragging clutch. Now I'm quickly going to show you the correct way to adjust a motorcycle clutch. Now first up, we're going to loosen off this. They can be quite tight sometimes. You may need a pair of pliers just to crack it loose, and then you can adjust the lock nut and unadjust it. Right, now we've got heaps of play. Now you're going to want to loosen off this so it's got a lock nut as well, and then you're going to want to start adjusting it, and when you start lengthening it, as you can see, it's making this gap smaller and smaller. So that's about 3 mil. That's not too bad. Now I'm going to lock up the adjuster down there, and then I'm going to use this fine adjuster here to do the last little bit, and that'll make it so it's got about 2 mil and it'll be good to go. Now, quick note to do with clutch cable adjustment, the 2 mil that I recommend, that is my personal preference. Now, the manufacturer specifications for your bike may require a different adjustment. Also, it's partially personal preference. So if you want your clutch biting slightly closer to the bar because you have small hands and less reach, then a slightly longer clutch cable free play will adjust that for you. Now, after adjusting your clutch, if it is still dragging, there's only two possible causes. The first one is you've changed your levers or something to do with your actuator mechanism and you're not having enough travel and it's not completely disengaging the clutch. The other reason would be oil viscosity, so you've put a different aftermarket oil in your bike that is not rated for that clutch and it's causing the plates to grab, and that is causing your dragging clutch. Now if you have adjusted your clutch and it's still slipping, you've got a problem with the clutch pack and you're going to have to take it apart. So whip your clutch cover off, take your bolts out, take your springs out, take your cover off, take all your plates out, and you want to separate them, fiber and steel. I want you to grab the steel plates. Now when you sit them on top of each other, if they're nice and flat like this and you can't see any light between the gaps, then that is good. That means it's nice and flat and this will be usable. If it's been distorted and your plates are warped and they've been discolored, they've been overheated, you're probably going to have to replace them. And you want to inspect your fibers. There is a factory specification, and you use some measuring equipment and they have a certain thickness, and you'll be able to check a book and it'll tell you if they're within spec. Now, if your clutch has been cooked and you're going to replace it and put new fiber plates in, it is incredibly important that you soak them in oil before installing them. So just grab an ice cream container, chuck your plates in, bit of oil, leave it for a couple hours, it'll soak in nicely, then you can take them out, install them, and you should have no problems. Because if you don't do this, you're going to have clutch slip because the plates will be dry and it'll fry the clutch immediately, and then you're back to square one. Now, if your steel plates are all super flat, and your fiber plates have plenty of meat on them and they're not worn out, the last thing is your springs, and they have a certain free length, and you can measure that. And if they're undersized, then just fit some new springs and beefier ones probably so that it lasts a bit longer. One last thing before you put it all back together, the clutch basket itself can develop grooves here in the forks, and if they get too deep, it can stop the plates moving smoothly. Quick, easy way to fix that is carefully with a file and then a little bit of sandpaper and just remove the tops. You don't want to remove too much material and make the fingers uneven, because uneven load could cause things to possibly break, and you don't want that. Now with your clutch pack all measured, everything's correct, and you've fixed whatever was wrong with it, put it back together, readjust your clutch, and go for a ride, have some fun. Well, that's all I've got for you today, so this has been Logan from the Motorcycle Forge. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.